All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Whether you're joining me right now or if you're watching this later on, as always, weights are an option for our yoga sculpt class. And for this class in particular, I always suggest maybe a smaller weight. I do 3 pounds. If you like to do something bigger or not use weights at all, no problem. So thank you for joining me for yoga sculpt. I'm Sara, 40-minute class. So here we go. We're just going to find our way onto our backs, and feel free to have your knees bent and have those feet planted about hip width distance apart. If you want to kind of bring your arms out or even lay them somewhere on your torso. Just taking a moment here. If your low back is feeling tense or tight, you can offer a little windshield wiper in your knees. Maybe you can take those feet further away from you or closer towards your hips. We'll try to relax our shoulders out of our ears. And just take a couple nice easy breaths in and out. Feel the weight of your tailbone sinking into the floor and broadening our chest and our upper back. And so now wherever you are, bring your hands down by your sides. We're going to start by engaging our glutes. We're going to press into the floor and begin to roll up through your spine, one vertebrae at a time, taking a bridge pose. At the top, see if you can take another full breath. And then as you exhale, begin to roll back down. Hips are the last thing returning to the ground. We're going to take that 3 more times. So inhale, engage your glutes, roll up through the spine. As you reach that top, take a full breath. As we exhale, rolling down, hips the last thing to touch the floor. Again, inhale, engage the glutes, roll up. At the top, take your breath. As we exhale, rolling back down. Last one, inhale, engage the glutes, roll up. Take your breath. Exhale, rolling back down. From here, you can just draw your knees into your chest. Take a little massage here. Maybe it's rocking side to side. You can add a little circle. Maybe even circle one knee and the other. Start to warm up those hips. So you can kind of circle and move in all directions. So we're going to zip our legs together and bring our shins parallel to our floor and ceiling. First option, just your arms straight up, palms face in, or you can try to send them overhead. So you're floating your arms by your ears. Whatever variation, we're going to try to keep our low back pressing into the floor. Take an inhale. As you exhale, both toes tap towards the ground. Inhale, pull back up. Exhale, tap the toes. Inhale, up. Exhale, tap. Take this at your own pace. Inhales to center. Exhales, tapping toes. Again, you can always switch your arms. Let those fingers reach straight up or biceps towards the ears. Breathing here as we move 8. For 7, for 6, for 5, 4, knees back to our chest in 3, in 2, and 1. Draw those knees back in. Now we're going to add on a little bit more. So we're going to inhale, draw our forehead to our knees. As we exhale, extend your arms and legs high, long V. Inhale, pull back in. Exhale, extend. Inhale, pull close. Exhale, extend. Again, we're going to move through this few rounds, slow and steady with your breath. Here for 8, for 7, long body stretch on the ground in 6, 5, for 4, last 3, 2, and 1. Release your head to the ground. Take those arms and legs out like a big X. Here you can kind of roll out your wrists or ankles. Go the opposite way. And do whatever you need to do to find your way up to a seat. And we're going to cross the ankles. Take whichever one in front that you like. We're going to try to sit up nice and tall. Just going to reach both arms towards the ceiling and take an easy side stretch to the right. You can look up or down. Maybe even roll out that top wrist. If you want to add some big arm circles, begin to open the chest and shoulder. Go both directions. And we'll reach both hands towards the top right corner, drawing our nose towards our knee. Walk our hands to the center. And we'll sit all the way up, reaching both arms high and side stretch to the left. Again, you can start by circling your wrists. If you like those arm circles, open the shoulder and chest. You can go both ways. And we'll reach both hands towards the top left corner, drawing nose towards the knee. Hands coming into the center. And as you begin to sit up, we're transitioning into tabletop. Coming onto all fours, spreading 10 fingers nice and wide. We're going to inhale, arch the spine, drop the belly, lifting the chin and chest. Exhale, pressing the ground away, curve the spine. Inhale, cow pose, arch the back. Exhale, cat back, pressing the ground away. Move through this a few more times. Option if you want to, maybe even take a little extra, you can add in some side to side. Maybe tuck your toes or even turn your fingers out or back towards your knees. Get a deeper stretch in those wrists. Take another 2 to 3 rounds of breath with movement. And we'll start to come back to our tabletop neutral spine. Step your left toes behind you and reach your right arm forward, bicep towards the ear. Now floating that left leg, finding a long line, take an inhale. When we exhale, draw elbow and knee, cat back. 2 more, inhale, stretch. Exhale, elbow to knee. 1 more, inhale, stretch. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, stretch. Just our hand releasing to the ground. We're going to bend that back knee and see if you can step your foot out to the side. And we're going to send our left arm towards the ceiling, a little bit of a twist. Releasing back into tabletop. We're switching all of that out. So right toes behind us. Reaching our left arm forward. Now as we inhale, float that right leg. Exhale, elbow to knee, cat back. 2 more, inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Last one, inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Releasing hand to the ground. We'll step our right foot out to the side and send our right arm towards the ceiling. Releasing back into tabletop. We'll tuck our toes, press the hips up and back, down dog. Now as you move through this, you can pedal your feet, alternate some knees. If the low back and hamstrings feel extra tight, you can bring your feet a little bit closer to your hands or take an even deeper bend in your knees. And we're going to start to walk our feet all the way up to our wrists. And from here, you can bring hands to your low back. Just let those elbows open wide. Generous bend in the legs. Maybe nod your head yes or shake it no. And we'll release our hands to the ground and start to zip the feet together to touch. We're going to start from the low back, rolling up through our spine, one vertebrae at a time. As we arrive to standing, shoulders rolling back. We're going to try to press straight down through the feet. And we're going to inhale, mountain pose, sweep your fingertips high. And exhale, just float them back down to our side. Take that one more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, float those hands back down. Now inhale, reach up. Bend your knees, bring your chest forward all the way down. Stepping our left foot back, low lunge. And we're going to press into the ground and lift up high crescent lunge. Front knee is directly over our ankle. Back heel is pressing away. And we're going to inhale, try to straighten that front knee, reach up. Exhale, goalpost the arms and maybe even tap that back knee down. 3 more. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, sink straight down. Again, inhale, stretch up. Exhale, bend the knee. Last one. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, tap that knee. Inhale, stretch. Just bend your front knee. From here, airplane the arms. Chest leans forward. Bringing hands to the ground. We're going to step back to a high plank. Press out through both heels. From your knees or toes, hug your elbows to your ribs, coming all the way down. We're going to tent our fingertips and take them a little bit further out. Press the legs into the ground and then inhale, press into your fingertips. Start to lift your chin and chest, shoulders out of ears. Exhale, lower down. Again, inhale, press up. Exhale, lower. Whatever amount you're lifting, keep the glutes engaged, shoulders out of ears. 2 more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Last one. Inhale, press up. Exhale, lower. Hands underneath shoulders. Tabletop or high plank. And pressing back into our down dog. We're going to walk those feet back up to our hands. Start from the low back, roll up through your spine. Maybe a little bit faster, shoulders out of ears. Inhale, reach both arms up. And just float them back down to our sides. 1 more. Inhale, reach up. This time bend your knees, chest comes all the way down. Right foot back, low lunge. Now again, press the legs into the ground. Reach up, high crescent lunge. Front knee directly over our ankle. Back heel is pressing away. Now inhale, try to stretch both legs. Exhale, goalpost the arms, back knee tap down. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, bend. Again, inhale, stretch. Exhale, sink straight down. Last one, inhale, stretch. Exhale, bend. Now just high crescent lunge. Front knee is bent, press that back heel. Airplane the arms, chest comes forward. Hands to the ground, stepping back, high plank. From knees or toes, again, lower all the way down. This time, keep your hands right underneath you. Engage your glutes, float your hands, begin to lift your chest. Hands are floated off the ground, shoulders out of ears, elbows hugging in here for 5. Glutes stay engaged for 4. For 3. Release tabletop high plank in 2. And 1. Release tabletop or high plank. And down dog, stretch it back. Now from our down dog, we're going to stretch our right leg high, float towards the ceiling. Now bend your knees, shift to your palms, knee to nose. Inhale, stretch that right leg up. Again, knee to nose. Last one, right leg high. Step it through, low lunge. You can kind of help that foot through. Tent your left fingertips and open twist your right arm high. Now from here, we're going to add a little bit. So we're going to inhale, start to lift up. And bring your right hand down, left arm up. Now just reverse it. Float left fingertips down. Right arm towards the ceiling. Again, inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Fingertips just towards the floor. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fingertips down. Bring that right hand down to the ground. We're going to launch forward into a standing split. Begin to stretch that left leg. Bottom knee can stay bent any amount. We're going to start to bend both legs. Sink your hips low, almost like a little speed skater. Your chest can lift. Now standing split, stretch out. Bend both knees, lift your chest. One more, standing splits. Bending both knees. Standing splits, this time step to your low lunge. Stepping back to our high planks. Now from here, knees or your toes, we're going to lower about halfway, pin your elbows in. Now stretch your arms, lift your knees, find an up dog, lift your chest, tuck your toes, down dog. We're switching our legs, sending the left leg towards the ceiling, knee to nose, cat back, shift forward. Inhale, left leg hop. Again, knee to nose. Last one, stretch that leg up. Bring it through low lunge. If you need to kind of help that foot through, right fingertips to the ground, left arm up, open twist. Everything else is going to stay. We're going to slowly come up, left fingertips reach down, right arm up. Now reverse, right fingertips tap to the ground. Again, lift straight up. And lower that right fingertip to the ground. One more, lift up. And fingertips down. Unwind that left hand. Stepping back, high planks. From your knees or your toes, hug your elbows in, lower down halfway. Lift your kneecaps, stretch your arms. Tuck your toes, high plank. And down dog. From here, we're going to come to our tabletop. Now, if you need to, bring your weights just a little bit closer towards your hands so they're kind of easily accessible. So we're just finding our tabletop here for a moment. We're going to tuck our toes and we're going to start to hover our knees about an inch or two off the ground. A little bit of pressing the mat away in your upper back. Now, an option if you want to is you can soften your knees, lift back up. Soften, lift. So they're maybe moving about an inch. Otherwise, just hold them off the ground. We're here for 8, for 7, down dog in 6, 4, 5. Keep breathing here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Begin to press back into your down dog. Maybe adjust those feet. Take a nice long breath in when you need and a full breath out. We're adding everything on. Inhale your right leg, come. Now cross towards your left arm as you come forward. Twist. Inhale, right leg, come. Again, cross towards the left. Send that right leg back up. This time, bring it through low lunge. We're going to grab our weights, lift them up into our chest, and we're going to spin that back heel down. So finding a warrior 2. Right knee is directly over our ankle, pressing into that back heel. Now, if you have your weights, bring them out, goalpost your arms. And we're going to stretch that front knee and press arms high. And then exhale, rebend your knee open. Inhale, press up. Exhale, drop down. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. So upper body is just pressing up and down. Lower body, think of almost trying to squeeze your inner thighs towards each other. Up and lower. Here for 4, 4, 3. We're going to just settle into our warrior 2, 2, and 1. Rebend that knee. Now hug your elbows in towards your ribs. Palms are face up. Bring that right arm to your right knee. And this left arm, we're going to stretch overhead. Pull that elbow back in. Overhead, Pull it in. Now, upper body is doing this. Check in on that right knee. It's not rolling in. It's still pressing towards the pinky toe. Up and lower. You can look up or down. And stretch. And lower. Just think of that left arm hugging in and pressing out. 4, 3, 4, 2, 1. Hug that elbow in. Now lift your chest back up. From here, we're going to turn, bring our weights to the ground. Now hold your weights here. And we're going to try to float that right leg behind us. So you're in a lifted kind of plank. All we're going to do is toe tap, right toes down, then out to the side. Straight down and out. Tap, tap out. In, out. You're here for 6, 5. High plank in 4, 3, 2, 1. Now bring that right foot underneath you. Release your hands from your weights and press back into your down dog. Our next inhale, we'll stretch that left leg out. Cross the body towards your right arm, little twist. Inhale, stretch it up. Cross to our right arm. Last one, send that leg high. Bring it through, low lunge. From here, grabbing those weights, we're going to lift up. We're going to open to our warrior 2. Right heel drops down. Again, left knees and toes, pointing forward, knee above your ankle. Kick that right heel out. Goal post the arms. Inhale, stretch the leg, reach up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, up and lower. Again, upper body's just pressing up and down. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Imagine that they're pulling in towards the middle. Up and lower. Up, down. We're here for 6, 5. Warrior 2 in 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend that knee. Draw your elbows in. Again, here, left elbow to our knee. We're going to stretch that right arm overhead. Draw the elbow to our ribs. Overhead and in. Check in on that lower body. Left knees are pressing open. We're still lifted up away from that left knee. So we're not dropping down, lifting up. Overhead, in. For 4, 3, coming back up in 2, 1. Elbows in, lift your chest up first. Now you can turn towards that left foot, low lunge. Weights stay on our hands. Try to float that left leg in that lifted plank. Again, left toes tap, tap out. In, out. In, out. Keep moving here for 6, for 5. Down dog in 4, 3, release in 2, 1. Bring that left foot underneath. Release those hands, high plank and down dog. Find your breath when you need, in and out. If you need to soften your knees to the ground, take a moment. We're going to meet back up in our down dog. From where we are, look to your hands, walk your feet up, top of your space. From here, soften your knees. We're going to grab our weights. We're going to come up into our chair. So weight into the heels, knees are bent. Now, you can have your legs zipping together, inner thighs squeezing. If it feels better, feet about hip-width distance apart. We're going to try to keep our knees back behind our toes rather than leaning forward. So wherever we are, we're just going to think of lifting one heel and just draw that knee up. Tap those toes down, heel down. So just practice that, lifting your left knee up. Tap your toes in. Think of your inner thighs squeezing and passing each other. Your weight is pressing into your heels. Lift your knee up, toe, heel, heel, up, toe, heel. Just hug those elbows in, holding those weights. One more round. Now, draw that knee in and start to stand up. Balance one leg. Keep those inner thighs squeezing towards each other. Now, you can step your foot back or you can float your leg behind you. Try to find a balance. We're going to bring our arms towards the ground, and you're going to draw your elbows up, lower, up. Now, you can be balancing on one foot, or your toe can be behind you in your lunge. If you need that stability, bring that toe down. Maybe test your core in that right leg by finding your balance. Here for 6, 5, warrior 2 and 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw those elbows in, step back, warrior 2. We've been here before. Right knees are open. This time, bring your arms straight out, little softness in your elbows, and just pulse up and down. Up and down. Focus over that front knee. We're here for 8, for 7, for 6, low lunge in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw the elbows in, turn towards that front foot, low lunge, and kind of launch yourself forward, forward folds. Take a moment here, hang over your legs, re-bend your knees, weight to your heels, chair pose, hug the elbows in. Weight is sent back, feet together, or if you needed to, hip width distance apart. Keep your knees behind your toes. And again, all we're going to do is lift that right heel, lift your knee, toes, heel drop down. Again, heel lifts, lift your knee, toe down. Hug your elbows in, feel your chest lifted. Heel, knee, tap, down. Inner thighs are passing against each other. 2 more. Take that last round. Now this time as we lift that knee, stand up, find a balance. You can step that foot back to your lunge or try to float that leg. Our arms are reaching down. Again, elbows pull up, lower down, up and down. Taking a balance or stepping back in your lunge, focus on those arms, up and down. Here for 6, warrior 2 and 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your elbows in, step back, warrior 2. Left knees and toes forward. Bring those arms out. This time we're going to take a little pulse out and in. Little mini pulses. You can take it as big or small. Press that left knee down and open. Here for 6, 5, 4, low lunge in 3, 2, 1. Elbows in, turn to your low lunge. Step your feet together. Here as we hang over those legs, start to separate your feet, hip width distance or even wider. We're going to interlace our hands at our low back. Try to bring your right thumb on top. Any amount of bend in the knees. You can start to lift your knuckles away from your low back. Maybe they go pretty far. Maybe they don't go that far at all. Heels at your palms can release or stay connected. Take a few long, deep breaths here. Now, wherever you are, see if you can just switch so your left thumb comes on top. If you need to adjust anything else. We'll bring our hands to our low back. Then we can release our hands, slide down the legs, hands back to the ground. We'll start to bring our feet together. Then we're going to take a seat. Now, as we take our seat, feel free to find your weights kind of towards your hips, just kind of right off to the side. So we're finding a variation of a boat pose. So hands are going to come underneath our knees. Just like chair, legs can be squeezed together or they can be slightly separated. Shoulders out of our ears. We're going to start to lean back. We're going to float those shins parallel to the floor and ceiling. Now, your option if you want to is to start to add a twist. Reach your arms, interlace your hands, and your legs go one side, your arms go the other side. Little twist, come back to the center. Opposite way, center. Now, it kind of helps if you start to squeeze your legs together. If nothing else, your feet and your ankles. So you can feel them as one unit. Arms twisting opposite way. You can take this twist as little as you need to, or maybe you just take a pause and really hold that. Relax your shoulders out of ears. Here for 8, for 7, for 6, for 5. We're going to release those feet in 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to bring those feet to our mat and then let your knees open. So soles of the feet together. Knees open wide. Now you can slide those feet a little bit more into a diamond shape. If that helps, relax the hip flexors. Maybe a little pressure on the inside of the legs. If you want to, you can start to fold forward. Maybe just let your head and torso rock a little side to side. All right, we'll start to sit ourselves back up. We're going to do 2 more things here. So planting our feet again about hip width distance. We're going to rotate our fingers in towards our hips. We're just going to kind of lean back onto those hands. Now, just like we did at the very start, engage the glutes. We're going to try to press our hips up. So think of your hips parallel to the floor and ceiling. Head is straight up towards the ceiling. So we're not letting our head drop or we're not looking forward. If you need to at any point, check on those hips because they're going to want to try to drop down. And we're just going to shift our weight into our right foot and see if you can extend your legs straight out. Now you can just hold it right here. If you want to work the arms, you can take these little mini tricep dips, but think of your hips pressing up. If you want to work the legs straight up and maybe tap those toes up, lower. So wherever you are, your hips are towards the ceiling. You're pressing in your hands, you're working your legs or your arms here for 6. We're just going to release that foot back in, hips to the ground in 5. 4, keep those hips high for 3, 2, 1. Bend that knee, sink your hips to the ground. Take a moment, stretch those legs out in front. Maybe start to fold forward. If you need to, if that was a lot of the upper body, feel free to cross one arm in front as you fold. A nice full breath or 2. So you know we have that other side to do. This is that last little push here. So coming back up, re-bend those feet. Hands by your hips behind you. Fingers pointed, engage the glutes first. Find that base, lifting hips up. Choose which one you want for this side. Again, maybe it's the arms, maybe it's the legs. If you want to do legs this time and you didn't the other time, you can do 5 on the first leg and 5 on the second leg. So we're going to lift that right leg up, tap, up, tap, up. Again, you can add those arms if you were doing that. We're here for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend that knee in, release those hips down, stretch those legs out. If you need to, bring the opposite arm on top as you wrap and fold. Breathe in and breathe out. We're just going to sit ourselves up Keep those legs in front. Reaching our arms forward. We're going to start from that low spine. Try to do one vertebrae at a time. All the way onto our backs here. You can draw your knees in. Just as we did at the start, maybe a little rock side to side. Circle out the knees. And we'll plant our left foot to the ground. Just hug that right knee in towards your chest. Now your first option is to extend that right leg, get a hamstring stretch here. If it feels okay or you need to take it further, you want to stretch out that left leg. Whether that bottom knee is bent or straight, again, you can stay where you are, getting the meat of that right hamstring as a stretch. If it's accessible to you or you want to, you can grab on the inside of your right foot or right leg and start to open that right leg kind of towards the side. If you take it too far, you might start to notice that you roll off that left hip. Try to press that left hip into the ground. If your left leg was straight, it might feel better. You might be able to anchor more with that left knee bent. Only if you want to open it. If you like that true just straight up and down hamstring stretch, you can stay where you were. And we'll start to bring that right leg back in towards the chest. If it's not already, you can extend that left leg long. We're going to take a twist here, right leg crossing the body. So a supine twist. You can bend your bottom knee. If you prefer to stack your legs, maybe bring those arms out to a nice wide T or roll that right ear towards the ground. Long, deep breaths in and out. Use an exhale to bring one leg at a time back into the center. And then we're going to switch all of that out. So just hug the left knee in, plant the right foot first. And then you can start by just extending that left leg up. Once you start to find that stretch, if you want to bend that or extend that bottom leg, feel free to do so. And the same options available. Left leg can stay or reach on the inside of the leg or that left foot and start to open towards the side. If we start to open too much and we roll off that right hip, try to press it back down. That might require, again, bending your knee, pressing foot, anchoring to the floor. You can start to do whatever you need to rebend that left knee in. We'll start to take it across the body. Supine twist. Feel free to adjust those legs, stacking, scissor, extending the bottom leg. Open the arms out, soften that left ear towards the ground. Again, another couple breaths. And then use an exhale to draw the legs one at a time into the center. And from here, feel free to just replant your feet, or you can just kind of extend everything out long on the floor. Maybe soften the eyes closed. Just take about 5 long, deep breaths here. Kind of imagine and feel that breath radiating from your center all the way out to the edges. Maybe even stay there a little bit longer. Just breathe. Enjoy that support of the floor and the ground. All right, nice work, everybody. Ooh. Thank you so much for joining me for Yoga Sculpt. As always, whenever you can, grab some water, maybe take another few breaths. Just enjoy your body, yourself, just as you are. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you next time.